Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Release Party, where we take a look at some new music that's maybe a little less common here at Dexter High School. If you want to hear something fresh, something recent, something maybe not many people around here are hearing, this is the podcast for you. I'm Garrett Northrup. You just heard the opening track on Cory and the Wongnotes by prolific guitarist and producer Cory Wong. Now let me tell you a little something about Cory Wong. All right, imagine you've got this uncle, right, your dad's younger brother or whatever, and when they're growing up, he's about as crazy as a kid can get, constantly bouncing off the walls, full of energy, basically this little scrawny, hyperactive runt of a kid. And when he grows up, he turns into the cool uncle with all this energy, and all his nephews and nieces just love him. And his energy is basically just this explosion of fun into the world. That is Cory Wong. As a musician, as a writer, he's just the fun, cool uncle that's got energy to burn. The Minneapolis native got his professional start in jazz clubs and on the Nashville session circuit before he eventually joined a funk jam band from right next door in Ann Arbor called Wolfpack, and later in his career adopted his rhythmic, horns-driven funk sound for his first solo album, Cory Wong and the Green Screen Band, in 2017. This album solidifies Wong's approach to the guitar as tasteful and reserved, and you're much more unlikely to hear Cory take an extended solo than to staple himself to the rhythm section and let his six-piece horn section, aptly named the Hornheads, or whatever vocalist he happens to be featuring, take the spotlight. Not one to rest on his laurels, Wong and his machine-like picking hand have continued a virtually non-stop workflow, touring and recording with Wolfpack and a solid handful of collaborations while continuing quiet work on his own solo career. After a few more solo albums, right in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, Cory and the Wongnotes was released on February 5th of this year, accompanied, oddly enough, by Season 1 of Wong's YouTube variety show of the same name. This show tackles styles as vast as music-themed sketch comedy to late-night talk show interviews, and each episode features a live performance of a song right off the album. Here's a taste of the record's third track, featured in Episode 4 of the show, Tiki Hut Strut. Again, that is Tiki Hut Strut by Cory Wong, trombone solo courtesy of Michael Nelson, Hornheads arranger, and, of course, trombonist. Overall, Cory and the Wongnotes is a rock-solid 9 out of 10 from me. This record serves up groove after funky groove, and this band, especially the Hornheads, is as tight as they come, especially when you consider that each song was recorded live on the set of the Wongnotes variety show. Moreover, the final 3 tracks on the album, Lee, Bluebird, and a Hornheads showcase called Stevie Wonder Medley, are probably the most impressive displays of musicianship I have ever heard recorded live. Every solo, every rhythm part is written and performed to perfection, and the palpable energy on the record just feeds your soul from start to finish. Cory and the Wongnotes is definitely worth every second of your listening time, especially for any musicians out there. That is going to be all for this very first episode of Release Party. Hope you enjoyed, and if you want to hear my incredibly biased thoughts on one of your favorite new albums, let me know, and I'll give it a listen and a shout out. I'll see you right back here next week when we take a look at a brand new, hot off the press release from the reigning king of blues rock guitar, Joe Bonamassa. See you next time.